If you're starting poppies from seed, here's a few tips.
Poppies are a fun flower and they come in so many different varieties, but they do typically need cold stratification for germination to really succeed. And there are a few ways to do that. If you have seeds, a good time to sow them is in the fall and winter and even early spring because you know it will be cool enough and that the seeds will get watered enough from rain or snow to start germinating and growing. My biggest tip, especially for warm climate gardeners, is to put your poppy seeds in the refrigerator for a few weeks before sowing to give the seeds that cold stratification that they need. And then you can just scatter the seeds where you want them to grow, and as long as they stay watered, they should germinate and grow just fine. Another way to get poppy seeds started is by filling ice cube trays with water and poppy seeds and leaving them in the freezer for about a week or so before placing the ice cubes outside, which can expedite the cold stratification process because they're in a colder environment than a refrigerator or just outside in nature even if you don't live in an area with snow or if you don't really get frost in your climate. When the ice melts, it also means that those tiny seeds will have water and hopefully germinate quickly, but I would keep an eye on the area and water as needed to be sure that the soil does not dry out. And on that note, if you do get snow, then sprinkling your poppy seeds into the snow where you want the poppies to bloom should work just fine, but as a warmer climate gardener, I haven't personally tried this method. We do get some rainy days here, and rainy days are another good time to sow your poppy seeds because you know that they're going to get watered if you're going to have a couple of days of rain. If you're only going to have one day of rain here and there, then just make sure that the soil doesn't dry out. And if you've grown poppies before, you can just let them reseed and they will germinate when the conditions are just right. However, sometimes nature works for you, but also against you. Critters can eat the seeds or somehow they could just not be viable for whatever reason. Maybe they got a little moisture, but not enough to germinate, but the seeds ended up rotting, or maybe they got too much heat from the sun if the seeds fell to the ground when it was still too hot and got fried. For those reasons, the poppies reseeding themselves is not a guarantee, so I really suggest that you plant some seeds intentionally using one of these other methods. So if you are starting poppies from seed, I hope these tips were helpful so that you can have lots of flowers in the spring.